viewers about our sponsor. This is the new Vengeance A4100 streamer PC from Corsair. It's powerful, it's beautiful, and you can pick it up today at the link in the video description. So why is it that light guns don't work on modern displays? The reason is that traditional light guns are designed for use with a CRT-style display, where a beam of light scans back and forth across the screen so quickly that it tricks your eyes into thinking that they're seeing a complete picture. If you've ever seen a flicker effect on a screen in a video game or an old TV broadcast, that is what you're seeing.
Because that beam is highly visible at any given instant, the light gun can check to see exactly where it's pointing the moment the trigger is pulled. And on the old NES, the Nintendo went a step further by turning the screen black for a single frame and the target painted bright white. And we repeat that for every target on the screen. This way, the console can count which line and even which pixels the light gun was pointing at the instant the trigger was pulled.
Now, modern display technology, along with being totally different compared to how a CRT operates, also has lag. In order for the console CPU to count the lines accurately with what's being displayed on the screen, it has to be precisely timed, something that was possible with a CRT, whose very ability to output relied on syncing with the console, but is not possible on a digital LCD. So the Sinden light gun here is something truly special, and the moment I laid my eyes on it, I absolutely had to have one, because as you can see, it works just fine, not on just a modern TV, but even a state-of-the-art OLED TV, and presumably any kind of display. And that's because it uses a novel method for detecting where the gun is pointing at any given moment: a camera. Now, you might be thinking that this is basically a glorified Wiimote, and in theory you're not wrong, but in principle there is a lot more going on here. This camera runs at 60 frames per second, and the processing delay between moving the gun and moving the cursor is as low as 1 millisecond, thanks to some clever mathematics in software that runs on both Windows and Linux, including the Raspberry Pi.
At least in theory, it should essentially be a one-to-one cursor movement with the gun. And because it's set up to mimic a mouse, you don't need it to figure out exactly which scan light it's on when you pull the trigger. The software just already knows. Plus, if the application supports multiple mice, like MAME, you can use 2 or more at once. There's even an optional recoil effect upgrade that works without an external power supply like most light guns otherwise would need, but our pre-production unit here doesn't have that.
You might have also noticed that we don't have 2 of them to try multiplayer, so you got to use it in the intro, which means it's my turn now. Oh, that's a very unsatisfying slide action. So you want to be about, what was it, 1.5 screen widths?
Yeah, 1.5 screen widths is the optimal distance.
Okay, so that's probably about right. Boom!
That's about right.
It's good.
Yeah, like there's no lag.
Right? Holy crap, that one was fast. I wouldn't even guess that this was only 60 hertz. I'm actually very surprised to hear that. Well,
at 60 hertz, there's processing going on. There's probably some interpolation going on as well. Andy Sinden, the creator of this thing, didn't actually tell me if there's anything special going on with the processing, just that it's a lot of really complex maths.
Like, I don't even remember being this good at this game.
No, me neither.
I'm feeling like a sharpshooter right about now. Like, wow. And it's just a camera on a gun.
Camera on a gun.
All the software wizardry is probably why this thing has taken so darn long for them to come out with. How long has this been in development? Like a couple of years?
I think so. We've been kind of waiting to get it for about a year.
What's the pricing?
I think it's $149. Let me quickly triple check that. Oh, sorry. It's
No, I missed one. Come on. Shut up, dog.
It's 80 British pounds.
Okay, so like $100 US.
$100 US, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, you're not perfect. Not at round 10, you're not.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to be perfect in round 11. I'm not going to waste a single bullet. Shoot.
Proceeds to waste 2 bullets.
Now they've got some other features built in. There's a D-pad on the one side, and then they've actually got 2 buttons on each side.
Each of those buttons can be...
That's fast.
Each of those buttons can be mapped to something different. So right now, the reload slide and one of the side buttons on the left, I believe the one closest to the D-pad, is reload. Left on the D-pad is escape. Down on the D-pad is enter. And the back two on the right.
No! Sorry.
That's okay.
What do the buttons do?
The back two on the right are currently set up for auxiliary functions. So in Duck Hunt, they don't do anything. But in the arcade games, they're used for things like inserting coins, that kind of thing. It all varies by game. Oh, that's a game over.
Okay, so then if I wanted to... What just happened? I just started the game again.
You pressed, I think you pressed down on the D-pad. And then you pressed back on to the left on the D-pad, which is escape, which is closing the emulator.
Oh, I just assumed this would be like arrows.
No, not in this case. It's not set up like that. In order to change the selection on Duck Hunt, you pull the trigger.
Got it. Okay. So how do I go to House of the Dead? I want to play some House of the Dead.
You point it at the screen.
Oh, that makes sense. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's even capturing the little motions in your fingers, your hand.
Sure is. Wow, I thought my hands were pretty steady, but I guess not, hey?
Well, I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I see that. Well, maybe if I hold it sideways, right? And like get a bandana, then it'll be steadier.
Well, gangsta mode is a thing that's built into this thing.
Oh, wait.